From Studio 3C in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York. Also ahead, teens and adults getting high right out in public. No smell, no smoke. No one can tell.
I enjoyed the pen all the way there and back.
An iTeam exclusive. Parents, this pen is not for homework. Coming up next.
This one is hard to believe, but savvy dopers have discovered an illicit use for those popular e-cigarettes. As the iTeam's Paisley Chang found out, they're using them to smoke pot in plain sight. Here's her exclusive report.
I've been smoking marijuana since I was about 19 or 20 years old.
A marijuana user for decades, this man says he can now smoke up without anyone knowing, thanks to his little e-cigarette.
I was going down on the train from New York to Baltimore, and I enjoyed the pen all the way there and back with absolutely no one noticing me.
E-cigarettes, which don't emit smoke, just vapor and hardly any scent, have been aggressively marketed as a healthier alternative to smoking tobacco. But more and more people are finding other uses and talking about it on YouTube.
Turn your ordinary e-cigarette into an e-joint.
You can take it apart and put your smoke of choice in there.
It's a liquid cartridge.
Bobby Black is a senior editor at High Times magazine. This is part of his research on a story about e-cigarettes. Some look like cigars, others like expensive pens, all of them sleek, and none of them look like a pipe or a bong.
It doesn't have an open flame, so after you take your hit, you can put it away in your pocket.
Those who use vaporizers for cannabis use a concentrated form called dab. One hit goes a long way.
I'd probably have to go through a half a joint or three-quarters of a joint. With a vapor pen, one hit does it. You feel better, you can deal.
A recent CDC study found that nicotine e-cigarette use among middle and high school students doubled from 2011 to 2012. Nearly 1.8 million students admit to using e-cigarettes.
If you're a parent looking out for your child, you're probably a little nervous about this.
Dr. Marianne Chai is an addiction psychiatrist in Manhattan. She says vaporizers are helping kids hide their drug habits.
You could look for bleary eyes, you could smell their clothes, breath changes, and this makes it a lot harder to detect.
Which is why State Assemblywoman Linda Rosenthal sponsored a bill that became law to keep e-cigarettes out of the hands of kids.
We don't want e-cigarettes to become a gateway to cigarettes and then other kinds of drugs.
And access to e-cigarettes depends on where you live. In New York and New Jersey, you have to be 18 years old. In Connecticut, there are no age restrictions, and there are also no federal age restrictions, although the FDA is expected to release new regulations at the end of the month. In the newsroom, Paisley Chang, News 4 New York.